Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Dear students, today I am here with the part 4 of economic chapter number 2, people as resource. In the previous lecture, we had discussed classification of activities. Agriculture and agriculture related activities are included in primary sector. Manufacturing and construction are included in secondary sector. Banking, insurance, transport, education, health facilities are included in tertiary sector. Even we had discussed about economic and non-economic activities. The activities which are performed for pay and profit are known as economic or market activities, while the activities which are performed for self-consumption are known as non-economic or non-market activities. Today we are going to discuss the topic, the quality of population. Here I would like to tell you that the quality of population depends upon the literacy rate, health of the person indicated by life expectancy and skill formation required by the people of the country. The quality of the population of any country depends on the education and health status of the people. How? We will see. The quality of population ultimately decides the growth rate of the country. The quality of the population in the form of educated people and healthy people decide the growth rate of the country. How? Because illiterate and unhealthy population are liability for the economy. Literate and healthy population are an asset. Uneducated and unhealthy people, they are not able to contribute more in the growth rate of the country, in the growth rate of the economy of the country. On the other hand, educated people, healthy people, because of their education, because of their skill, because of their health status, they are able to contribute more in the growth rate of the economy of the country. So that's why educated and healthy people are an asset, while uneducated and unhealthy people are liability, responsibility for the economy of the country. So first we will see how education play important role in the growth rate of the country. Sakal's education in the initial years of his life bore him the fruits in the later years in terms of good job and salary. We had discussed two examples, example of Sakal and example of Vilas. In the initial year of his life, Sakal got a chance to get education. So he was able to get a benefit from the education in later year of his life in the form of good job and good salary. We show education was an important input for the growth of Sakal. Vilas, he was not able to get education. He didn't get the opportunity to get the education, so he remained uneducated. So he was forced to do same work like other members of his family, and that's why without education he was not able to get enough. He was not able to earn enough money. But for the growth of the Sakal, education became an important input for his growth, for his skill formation. While without education, Vilas was not able to earn enough money. So here the clear difference is education. So we are discussing how education become important role in the growth of any person. It opened new horizon for him, provided new aspiration and developed values of life. Sakal got the education, he got the degree in computer. So that's why education opened new horizon, new aspiration for Sakal. Not only for Sakal, education contributes towards the growth of society also. Education play important role in the growth of the Sakal, as well as play important role in the growth of the society also. It enhance the national income, culture richness and increase the efficiency of governance. Because of the education, Sakal was able to contribute more in the national income. It also increased the culture richness and increased the efficiency of governance for the Sakal as well as for the society. So that's why government of the country, they try to provide education to every child in the initial years of his life. That's why government made some provision. There is a provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on the girls. To educate the people, to educate the children of the country, government has made the provision to provide universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with special emphasis on the girls. Government trying to provide free and compulsory education for every child of the country. Even they are giving more importance for the education of the girls of the country. There is also an establishment of pace setting of school like Navodaya Vidyalaya in each district. Even government has also established Navodaya school. This Navodaya school in each district they established with the intention to provide education to talented children of the poor background. In each district, government had set up the Navodaya Vidyalaya for these talented children of the poor background. Vocational streams have been developed to equip large number of high school students with occupation related to knowledge and skill. Even government has started vocational courses related to occupation, different occupation for the students after completing 10, 12 standard. They directly join these vocational courses and they are able to run different occupation. Even government spending a lot of money to provide education for the people of the country. The planned outlay on education has increased from rupees 151 crore in the first plan to rupees 3,766.90 crore in the 11th plan. Government also attempting to increase the literacy rate in our country by spending more and more money for providing education. For example, in the first plan, government had spent 151 crore, and in the 11th plan, government had spent 3,766.90 crore to provide education to the people of the country. So this way, government also attempting to provide education, quality education to the people of the country. The expenditure on education as a percentage of GDP rose from 0.64% in 51-52 to 3% in 2015-16. As I explained you, in the first plan they spent 151 crore, and in the 11th plan they spent 3,766.90 crore. So because of it, the expenditure on education as a percentage of GDP rose from 0.64%. In the first plan, government had spent 0.64% of GDP of our country. It increased to 3% of the GDP of our country in 2015-16. So this way, education is an important input for the growth of any person. Inshallah, in next lecture, we will discuss about the literacy rate of the people of our country and features of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and government policy for higher education. Here I would like to conclude my today's lecture. We will meet again very soon. Thank you very much.